Hello, CSL. Hi, everyone. Hello, everyone in the lobby. Come on in. Exactly. Come into the light. I love that. Well, good morning. I am Reverend Tina Miggs, and I am so grateful and honored to be here to welcome everyone here to CSL, welcoming everyone who's here in this room, welcoming all of our guests online. If you can't be in the room, there are 3 ways that you can join our spiritual community by watching us online, and that is with Facebook, YouTube, or you can go to our website at cslftl.org and hit the live stream button. And we know we've been having some problems with our live stream feed. Let me tell you that they are on it. They've been working diligently to get this fixed for everybody who is consistently online with us and our community at large. Just let you know that Jerry and Melissa are every week figuring out a new wonderful way in which we can resolve our technological issues, but it's technology and it has its hiccups, so thank you for being patient with us. We have so many events that happen here at CSL, and there's a way in which you can join us on our social media. We have Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, our app, which is Center for Spiritual Living FL, which stands for Fort Lauderdale, and we would love if you would just share our posts and our app with your friends, your followers. Let them know that there's a community out here doing such wonderful things. So just a few of our announcements today. We are postponing our acting class. We were supposed to have the free acting workshop after service today, and the actual acting class is being postponed, so keep a lookout and an ear out for when that will be coming back onto the schedule for us. But there is the Wisdom Circle that's meeting today. Yes, Carl, right? Fourth Sunday? Okay, just making sure I was right. So the Wisdom Circle is meeting today after service. It'll be in the community room, so join us there. There's always something wonderful that's happening and some wonderful wisdom that's shared from our elders in community with each other. So we have our class that's starting this Monday, tomorrow, September 23rd. It is the Foundations of Science and Mind. It's going to run until November 25th. It's Monday here in the sanctuary from 6:30 to 8:30, available for you to come in person or to participate via Zoom. And Dr. John's going to come up and give you a little bit more information on that.
You don't have to go far. There we go. That's fun. Good morning, everybody. So Foundations is exactly what it sounds like. It's the foundational course covering the basic principles of science of mind. I want you to know that they've redone this course. Quite a number of my colleagues and friends have contributed to it, and it's an elegant course. The curriculum is brilliant. So I invite you to come and share. We're going to do it in here. There is no registration fee unless you're on a practitioner track and want to be registered. You can do that. We'll be ready to go tomorrow night at 6:30, so come be a part of it. Fantastic. I have one other thing to talk about. You have I hope, if you haven't received one of these ballots, please go to the back and get one. And what I want you to do is read these little paragraphs about each of these potential community partners. These are our 5 candidates, and then we have space at the bottom if you want to nominate somebody else. But these are the people, the organizations that are being considered. I'm sorry, hi Linda. You were going to let me know you're here, remember? Yeah, you're here, I know. Okay. So what all you have to do is just check off 3 of them, whichever 3 you want. There's a basket on the table by the door when you leave today. That's where you drop it. If you need a pen, there's a stack of pens back there too. But do this. We're going to do this today, and we're going to do it next week. And then we'll announce on the first Sunday in October who our community partners are. So thank you for handling that. That's great. Thank you.
Wonderful. So here at CSL, we have an intention statement. It says who we are and how we want to be present in the world. So I invite everyone that can stand to please stand, and we will repeat this intention statement together. And after we're done with the intention statement, please greet your fellow congregants with a hug, a hello, a namaste, a handshake, whatever you're comfortable with doing. So CSL, who are we? We are a loving and diverse spiritual community dedicated to personal growth, healing, and service.
Ah, all right. Let's go in. Let's go inside just for a moment and remember the truth that Spirit is in this place because we're here. The presence and the power of the One is right where we are, as much in us as anywhere in the cosmos, perfect and complete in every way, which means we're perfect, which means we're complete. And we lift ourselves up to know that truth for ourselves and for one another, that Spirit is in this place because we are here, and so it is.
When I say goodbye, it is then because I know our home still lives on, and it'll be again exactly like it was. Because I believe In your close, I can feel the power. And it's love I can always tell. For me, it's the best thing something that I know so well. Hold me closer in every minute of every hour. Feel the power of love and hold me tight and take me higher and feel the power of love. Did you know that your feeling show you your love was locked up inside? And your senses start to overflow. There's something you should never hide. You got to believe in love. It's a feeling that's next to none. Can't stop until we are one. With the power of love, tell everyone to try. I promise they'll reach the sky. One thing that we can't deny is the power of love. So close your and you can't restrain. It's the power of love. You need so don't be sweet. You gonna be. You got to be in love. It's a feeling that's next to none. Can't stop until we are one. The power of love. Tell everyone you see how much better this world could be for them and for you, for me. The power of love. All right, guys, look at this time right here. Walk down the streets. We don't care who we see or who we meet. No need to run. No need to hide. Cause we got something burning inside. It's the greatest love we together can fall. It's the greatest.
We have a special treat today. We have 12 people. Actually, we had 13 yesterday, but 12 of them are here today. Individuals who are choosing to be members of this center. They are extraordinary, and I can't wait for you to meet them. So I've asked our board member, Judith Phelps, to please read their names off slowly so that they can come up here and stand with me on stage and get a hug, because I require that. You people, you don't ever have to hug me again, but today you got to hug me. All right, here we go.
Testing? Yes. Meryl Bonus.
Welcome home.
Yes.
Tommy Kerrigan.
We have a special treat today. We have 12 people. Actually, we had 13 yesterday, but 12 of them are here today. Individuals who are choosing to be members
Meredith,
of this
too.
center. They are extraordinary, and I can't wait for you to meet them. So I've asked our board member, Judith Phelps, to please read their names off
Donna
slowly
Franklin.
so that they can come up here and stand with me on stage and get a hug, because I require that. You
Linda
people,
Jane.
you don't never have to hug me again, but today you got to hug me. All right, here we go.
Testing. Yes. Merrill Bonus. John Lagney.
Welcome home.
Yes.
Tommy Kerrigan.
We have a special treat today. We have 12 people. Actually, we had 13 yesterday.
Jim
but 12 of them are here
Lopriste.
today. Individuals who are choosing to be members
Meredith
of this
Edu.
center. They are extraordinary, and I can't wait for you to meet them. So I've asked our board member,
Robert
Judith
Maxson.
Phelps, to please read their names off
Donna
slowly
Franklin.
so that they can come up here and stand with me on stage and get a hug. I require that.
Linda
People,
John
you'll never have to hug me
Pavlik.
again, but today you got to hug me. All right, here we go.
Testing. Merrill Bonus. John Lagney. And Lucy Pavlik.
Welcome home.
Yes.
Tommy Kerrigan.
We have a special treat today. We have 12
Michael
people.
Stara.
Actually, we had 13 yesterday,
Jim
but 12 of them are here
Lopriste.
today. Individuals who are choosing to be members
Meredith
of this
Edu.
center.
And
They are
Irene
extraordinary, and I can't
Yabu.
wait for you to meet them. So I've asked our board. So these beloveds, aren't they good looking? They are good looking. But way more than that, they're extraordinary individuals. And they bring life experiences that are amazing. And they bring a depth to this spiritual journey that we're on that is going to be good for all of us. So today's a big win for Center for Spiritual Living Fort Lauderdale, that we get to welcome these beautiful people into the fold. Some of them were members before, but for some reason all that had to get worked through again, and they did it very graciously. I heard no complaining yesterday, and we had a wonderful time. So what I want to do as I get ready to ask their questions, I want you to hear the questions as well if you're members of this center. And I would ask you now, if you were a member, to please stand with these who are joining today. Okay. Do you promise to the best of your ability to recognize Spirit as the source of your life, to see the perfect reflection of your consciousness in all the circumstances of your life, to live in harmony with all people, to know that your needs are always met, to look beyond appearances and see truth, to choose love over fear, to be aware of the divine presence in every person you meet, including these who stand with you today? And will you seek always to remember that you are a powerful, creative, spiritual being, centered in the infinite presence, eternal and perfect? What say you? And what say you? Yay. And will you also, to the best of your ability, support this Center for Spiritual Living with your love, your energy, and your money? Yeah, your money. Will you know this center as a place of peace, a beacon of light, a tower of strength, and a fountain of wisdom that touches the hearts and lives of everyone that calls this their spiritual home? What say you? And what say you? All right, fantastic. It looks like all is in order. Thank you for wanting to do this. Thank you for seeing the value in being a part of this community. And thank you for bringing your energy, your wisdom, your love, so that we can all celebrate this together. I am so grateful for all of you and what you bring. And by the power vested in me, by this center and this spiritual movement, I congratulate you and welcome you as members of Center for Spiritual Living Fort Lauderdale. Congratulations. I'll do. So before y'all leave the stage, don't leave the stage. I want everybody to scoot down and collect yourselves up in a small, in a tight group over here. Come. You can do it. You can do it. You can do it. Move to your left. There you go. And make a group because we need to have a recording of this. Here we go. Yeah, this is the official. Let's get y'all in there. Everybody in? Oh yeah, that's nice. Here we go. Thank you. Give him another hand.
Touch with my had no way to turn, had no way to go. Side of my I thought I'd never make it through. I had no hope to hold on to. I thought I would. Didn't know my own strength, and I crashed out, and I tumbled, did not for a fall. I got through all this pain. Didn't know my own strength, so by my darkest hour, my faith can be alive. I pick myself up, hold my head high. I was down, didn't know my own strength. Oh, open my found the light to light my way. All that I need, you're inside of me. Oh, I thought I'd never find my way. I thought I'd never live that way. I thought I would. Didn't know my own strength, and I crashed out, and I took, and I didn't die for a fall. I got through all this pain. I didn't know my own strength, so by my time inside, my faith can be alive. I pick myself up, hold my head high. I was never away. I didn't know my own strength. There were so many times I wonder how I got it took more than I said. And I crashed out, and I tumbled, I did not crumble. I got through all this pain. I didn't know my own strength. So by my dark inside, my faith can be alive. I pick myself back up and hold my head high. I was able to obey. I didn't know my own strength. I was not built to break. I don't know my own strength.
Beautiful, beautiful. Hi, everybody. Oh, it's a beautiful day. Happy autumn. Are you feeling autumnal? Yeah. Fall began yesterday. Y'all don't notice that down here in South Florida, but 30 years in the mountains of Western North Carolina, I'm quite aware of autumn and what it meant to me all those years. Says, oh, winter's coming. But I don't have to worry about that anymore because I'm here with you. Yay. Okay. So I think I just got word that we're online and it's working. That's great news. Fantastic. So fall classes start tomorrow. It's called Foundations of the Science of Mind. And it's going to be a great class. It's going to, this is good for me. It's really good for me to be teaching this. When I was in North Carolina, our system was that Barbara taught first-year classes and I taught practitioners. So we both had our focus, and she was incredibly good at what she did, and I obviously was good enough to find in certain people the ability to do practitioner work, which they were amazing at. So this is a stretch for me to move back into first-year classes, and I'm excited about it. I've gone through the curriculum. It was rewritten a few years ago. Many of my colleagues and friends are in it. And of course, where do you think it's going to start? What's the first thing to talk about in the foundations of Science of Mind? Oneness. Oneness, that elusive concept that we talk about all the time that is not natural to understand when you're living in a dualistic world where I look like me and you look like you, and you know it looks like everything's duplicitous. But the truth is that behind everything is oneness. And many, many years ago, there was a teacher who actually grew up in the Punjab in India. His name was Thomas Troward, and he became a judge in the court system. It was the British court system of India, but he'd grown up there, so he was a natural to work in the law there. And he was not only a legal scholar, he was also very much into understanding the spiritual nature of life. And when he retired, he moved back to the British Isles and did a series of lectures in Edinburgh, Scotland. And they became known as the Edinburgh Lectures. And somewhere in all of that, he presented this idea that the divine has 7 primary attributes, primary qualities that exist at that level that cannot be denied as being divine. And when Ernest Holmes read about that in the Edinburgh Lectures, he said, that's right. And he went with it and taught that for most of his career, this that he got from Troward. Haven't heard about it, you're going to hear about it today because we're going to talk about those 7 attributes. But what we're going to do with it is identify it first as part of this thing called spirit, divine presence, whatever you want to call it. Do you notice how I managed to get around the word God? That's because I'm being nice to you people that struggle with the word God, but it's not going to stop me. It's going to come back. In the meantime, we've got these that are divine in nature, but that are also divine within us and exist within us. And I want to look at them. They are peace, power, beauty, joy, love, light, and wisdom. Let's do them one at a time. Let's talk about peace. Peace. Now, you can look at the world right now and say it's not very peaceful. There's war going on in the Middle East. There's war going on in Eastern Europe. Looks like the world is crumbling. Well, the thing about that is that what's different today from many, many years ago is that if you wanted to hear about a war, it took time for it to get to you wherever you were. You had to get a newspaper that was probably months old by the time it got to you, unless you lived in a big city, and you didn't know about these things happening in the world. But still, the historians recorded it all. And what the researchers now are telling us, even some researchers at Harvard, say that even with the wars that are happening now, that the world is a much more peaceful place than it has been since human beings started recording their history. That's profound. So why doesn't it feel like that? Because what's gotten really much more efficient is information flow. So if something happens on the other side of the planet, we hear about it within a couple hours. So we're being inundated with all this stuff. Not that I'm excusing what's happening in the Middle East or in Eastern Europe. Those are serious things. But they are not the natural state of things. They are the exception. Wars come and go. They start and they finish. But most of the world is at peace. Peace is our natural state of being. It's only when the scoundrels decide that they want to keep killing each other that things get weird. So right now, even with what's going on in the world, peace is the natural state of the human experience. Not only is it the state of us collectively, it's the state of us individually. And you go, well, you know, what about all the people that are angry? What about people that are violent? Are you angry and violent? Well, I try not to be. That's a start. How about not being, because you know that you're peace? You know that that idea of peace is essential to your spiritual nature. You are not an exception. Everyone has access to that. Everyone can awaken in it. It's not by learning how to do it. It's by recognizing that that's our natural way of being. We are peaceful beings. Are there exceptions? Yes, but they are the exceptions. The truth is that peace is who we are. We are peace. Spirit is peace. And when we remember that, our lives settle down. So if you feel like you're going to get upset and angry, remember, your peace. This is the truth of you. Spirit is peace. We are peace. Well, that's the first one. The second one is power. That feels a lot different than peace. But I think that's because oftentimes that word power is misconstrued as having power over something or someone, or a lot of people. You know, the way that we structured ourselves socially for millennia was that we would name someone as a king or a god or in some way being in charge, and they would have dominion over all the other people. That didn't work. The world's pretty much gotten rid of most of that. I mean, even looking at the royal family of England, which for some reason a lot of Americans are obsessed with, is really a very ceremonial thing. Yeah, it's big business for sure. But all in all, the royal family has no real power or ability or authority over the people of the United Kingdom. And they shouldn't. And if they want to keep their royal family, that's fine. It makes for great tabloid coverage. But the truth is that no one has dominion over you. That you have the power to create your life in any way that you choose. So what I want you to remember about that is that when you feel powerless, or when you feel somehow held back by something in life, a circumstance, situation, an individual, an organization, a government, whatever you think that might be, reconsider that you can get past that. That you can live in a world where your choices direct your life. And when you do, that's what will happen. Oh, by the way, those of you that were here last week, I have not lost a thing all week. Yeah. Yeah, I know. You'll have to go back and listen to the recording online if you want to do that, and the sound's a little iffy. So anyway, this idea of power is essential to us recognizing our wholeness. We must recognize that we have the choices to make in how our life will unfold. And it's only when we buy into something that says otherwise that we get confused, that we get redirected, that we somehow don't think that we can do it. It looks too big. The problem is too big. It has power over me. No, it doesn't. It only has that because you say it does. The highest truth for you is that you are more powerful than any circumstance, situation, regulation, law, or otherwise. Now, I'm not telling you to break the law. But if you know of a law that's not working in your world, you can change it. You can convince enough people, and the law can change. It's happened so many times in our culture. Don't be afraid of whatever it is that may have you in their sights somehow saying you're powerless or you can't do it, because you can. You can. And if you ever forget, the place to go is to a practitioner, because practitioners know this about you, whether you know it about yourself or not. They know it about you, even if they're struggling with it in their life. So let them help you. Let them remind you. Let them hold you up as the powerful being that you are. And live your life from that power every day. Spirit is power. We are power. Peace, power, beauty. Let's get down to beauty. Beauty's an interesting one. We play this beauty thing at a physical level. You know, marketing people and magazines and online always put these people that are aesthetically very pleasing to look at, for the most part. And we get confused and think that somehow that means something. But there's something greater than that, something more wonderful than that. Within each of us, there is a place that contains our beauty. And anytime we want to let it out, we can do that. With what we say, with how we are kind to one another, with the way that we respect and honor one another. Those are all states of beauty. Beauty is not skin deep. Beauty is soul deep. And from that place of understanding, you can see beauty everywhere you look, in everyone that you see. Even sometimes when people are being really rough, you can see through all of that to their beauty. And when you do, you might be able to help wake them up to who they are, to why they're here, to what their lives are about. Because their lives are not about being victims. Their lives are not about being treacherous or mean or violent or anything else. There's a beauty within all of us. And when it is revealed, the world is a better place. Spirit is beauty. We are beauty. Peace, power, beauty, joy. Joy. Are we all happy all the time? Of course not. We fall into a little pit. We forget. We get upset. We get confused. We think something's wrong, so we get frantic. I'm saying we, but I'm talking about me. But what happens is that when we remember that joy is our natural state, all that falls away. No problem is so big that we can't be joyous. And here's an interesting fact that I've discovered on this journey. You cannot fix your problems unless you're in a state of joy. You cannot reconcile the situations in your life that aren't working when you're in a bad mood, when you're afraid, when you're confused. I keep saying confused a lot. I don't know why that is. It just keeps coming out. The point is that if you want something to change, throw your joy at it. Be happy. Make your life a magnificent experience of lightness. And allow that to be what directs you beyond whatever those issues might be, whatever it is that's not seemingly working in your life. Move to something greater, something more wonderful by being joyous. It sounds simplistic. It sounds like, wow, that couldn't possibly make that much of a difference. I want you to know it does. That in my life, when I've been freaked out about something, when I've been angry about something, when I've been in judgment, that when I get a hold of myself and go, John, come on. The truth is that you love life. And being happy, being in a state of joy, will take you much further than this. And as soon as I make that shift, everything changes. Everything changes. I think I've told you that my wife Barbara said that being happy was the most important thing in life. And I used to challenge her and go, no, it's not. The most important thing in life is to be clear. And it took me, I don't know, maybe a decade to figure out that you can't be clear if you're not happy. You really can't. You think you're clear. I'm clear. No, you're not. Not with that attitude. You're clear when you're joyous. So give joy a try because it's your natural state of being, as all of these attributes are. It's who you are. God is joy. See, I know I'd do that. We are joy. Okay, peace, power, beauty, joy, love. Ooh, the big one. Love. I have a different take on love, and I know I've shared it a bit here, but I'm going to do it again. I don't really think that we manage love. I don't think that we're able to manipulate it. I think that all we can really do is be aware of it because it is ubiquitous. It's everywhere, all the time. My Native American teacher said that a woman came to him one day and said that she had no love in her life. She was lonely. And he said, have all the trees in Asheville been cut down? Just to recognize that love is everywhere. That we cannot be denied love by anyone but ourselves. And as soon as we're aware of the presence of love, which I believe is the presence of the divine, then everything shifts. Everything opens up. Our heart, I like to say, my heart cracks open. And it happens. There are times when, I get it. I feel it. I know it's the truth. And from that place, my life gets better and better. So I still say I love you to all kinds of folks all the time. But what I mean by that is that I'm aware of the love that surrounds you. And I'm aware of the love that surrounds me. And when we come together, I call it big love. Just let it be. Let that love be true in your life. Let it be powerful. Let it make a difference when you're aware of it. That's all you have to do is be aware of it. It takes care of the rest. Because Spirit is love. And we are love. Peace, power, beauty, joy, love, light. Light's an interesting one. Most people don't really get this light thing. And I think maybe Holmes was on that page because he said, he changed it to life, L-I-F-E, in his writings. I still like the idea of light. And anybody that has an issue with things that are biblical, I want you to breathe right now, because I'm going to quote Scripture. I don't do this a lot, but today it really fits. So on this idea of light, are we talking about the light that's coming out of the lamps or the light of the sun? No, we're talking about something that is more extraordinary than that. Something that the teacher Yeshua understood. Yeshua, that was his real name. The one we call Jesus. Jesus is Latin. Yeshua, light was an important aspect of being on a spiritual path. This is what he wrote, or what it says in Matthew that he said. No one, after lighting a lamp, puts it under a bushel basket, but on the lampstand, and it gives light to all in the house. In the same way, let your light shine before others. Don't hide your light. What is your light? It's the essence of your being. It's who you are. And it shines brightly when there's a smile on your face, when your heart is open, when you're creating the life that you want to live, when you're admiring and appreciating and honoring the people around you. Your light is shining brightly. And people can tell. They may not call it your light, but they get that there's something exceptional about you. But the point of it is that we cannot be denied our light. We can only deny it ourselves. When we shine our light by being in the world in a loving and meaningful way, people recognize it. They feel it, they see it, and they're gravitated to it. Our light is powerful. And this great wisdom teacher went on. Let's do another wisdom teacher quickly. Deepak Chopra teaches that every cell of your body contains answers to the great mysteries of the universe. And Jesus said, you are indeed the light of the world. While you have light, believe in the light, so that you may become the children of the light. He saw something special there. He said there were at least 50 mentions of light in the New Testament. So he was onto something with that. This light thing is not, even though it's maybe the most abstract of these qualities, it's a powerful one. Don't deny your light. Shine your light. Let people see your light. It's okay. It's good. It's good for them. It's good for you. Spirit is light. We are light. Now to the final one, which is, let's do it, peace, power, beauty, joy, love, light, and wisdom. Wisdom. Wisdom sounds like a human quality. But there's a difference between wisdom and understanding. There's a difference between wisdom and knowledge. And the thing that's not in understanding and knowledge is action. Wisdom means that I have a high level of understanding and I put it into action in my life so that others benefit from it. I'm going to go back to the Bible. I didn't know what I was doing with this. There are many mentions of those wise people in Scripture. And in every case, it was somebody who was doing something that was changing the way life was structured for the people of Judea, for wherever they were, that they were speaking and acting with wisdom. So it's the action that creates it into wisdom. Having book knowledge is fine. Having street wisdom or knowledge is fine, but you've got to act on it. You've got to use it to make your life work. We all have that within us. We've all gained great insights about how to live our lives. But we have to practice those things. We have to use them in a meaningful way, which means that we need to let go of stuff that isn't working anymore. We need to get out of our egos so that we can be totally present with one another in a loving way. I see a shift happening in this community. More and more, I'm seeing smiles and I'm hearing less complaints. Something's happening here. And I think we're moving into a greater state of wisdom as a collective. And I'm so grateful that you're willing to do that you're looking at this, that you're sharing in this, that you're making this important in your life. Use what you get here. Take it into your life and take it out there and use it. Use it with your family, with your coworkers, with your friends, with the strangers you meet in the grocery store or on the street, or the one that's in that car that's doing something that doesn't seem so wise. Just send them a little love, a little light. Don't let them hook you. Stay in that state of wisdom where you know who you are. That's the number one thing that we get out of wisdom, is to know who we are. We are the presence of the divine. And no one and nothing can take that away from us, except ourselves. So we know these things. We know of wisdom. We know that wisdom is a state of consciousness in that which is divine and holy and perfect. And if it's there, it's right where you are in every way. It's the truth of your being. It's the fullness of your being. You are peace. You are power. You are beauty. You are joy. You are love. You are light. And you are wisdom. And so am I. And so it is. Right. That was fun. So we're gonna go in and take this that we've just experienced. Know that we're safe. Know we're in a place that is protected, that supports us on this journey of awakening. And from this place, we remember the truth of our being, the high truth, the highest truth, the fullest truth of our being. That we are this presence, this divine presence, experiencing life on planet Earth. And as that presence, we experience peace, power, beauty, joy, love, light, and wisdom. And we experience it from within because it is who we are. It is what we are. It is our divine inheritance. And all is well because all is God. And certain that that is so, we let it go and move into that state of quiet. peace, power, beauty, joy, love, light, wisdom. This is our natural state. And I invite us all to surrender to these attributes in our lives. And I promise that when we do, our lives become exceedingly more beautiful, more wonderful, happier, with greater meaning. This is who we are. Our lives are God's life now. And so it is. Thank you. Bless you.
Morning once again, CSL. We are still celebrating National Hispanic Heritage Month, and this week we chose Celia Cruz. I don't know if you're aware, but she is the first Afro-Latina to be featured on the quarter, and that is something to be proud of. Also, this song talks about there's no need to cry. Life is a carnival. Live it in celebration. So this is what it's about.
Well, that was brilliant. Would you consider doing a workshop on Latin dancing? Because you know these people are going, I want to do that. All right. So I'm believing that there are people in the room today who have never been here before. I know one for a fact, and that's where I'm going to start. Marion Weber. Yes, it is. Why don't you stand and say hi? Marianne was a dear friend and a member of the center in Miami for many years, but that was 35 years ago. 1987. 1987.
I walked in the door, and it was the greatest thing I
Yeah.
changed my life. I can tell you, I lived my life in almost all those attributes equally. I had such a fabulous life. And it's founded by my greatest teacher was his wife, Barbara Waterhouse. She lives in my heart and in my soul. So I came today to see what Fort Lauderdale, I live in Miami Beach, and I came up here to see you all, so thank you.
So, Marianne, we have a gift for you. I think you're going to hear about it here from Reverend Tina. So I'm going to ask, is there anyone else here for the first time? Wonderful. Welcome, welcome. And what is your name? I'll be right there.
Oh, my name is Marcia Welch, and
Kia?
I have been a member of Universal Truth Center in Miami, Reverend Mary Tompkins, for over 30 years. And today's
Welcome.
my first day. I heard about it from a friend I met at the beach. She's not here today. Kaya, maybe you know her, Keisha.
I'm so joyous that you're
So
here with us
thank
today.
you.
Thank you so
It's a
much for
blessing
being with
to
us.
be
Now, take it. Yes. And just before we move on, Mary Tumpkin, who was just mentioned, is the one who celebrated Barbara's and my wedding. And Mary Ann was the one that did the flowers that day. Remember that? You know, it was great. Hi, welcome. You have had good teachers. Well, it's a delight to meet you. Thank you for being with us. How exciting. Bless you. Hello.
My name is Valerie Cartwright. I also hail from New York. I'm the House of Judah on Long Island.
Wonderful. Wonderful. What an honor for us to have you with us all today. Is there anyone else here for the first time? Wonderful. Hey, this is fantastic. Hi there. What's your name, sir?
Hi, my name is Jacobus Duncan.
Say it again for me.
Jacobus Duncan.
Jacobus.
Yeah.
Beautiful. What a great name.
Thanks.
Welcome. Thank you for being with us. Where do you live in the area? Do you live in the Fort Lauderdale area? Great. So we may get to see you again. Yay. Wonderful. Thank you so much for being with us. That's great. Anyone else? Ah, wonderful. Thank you all for being here. You honor us with your presence. Thank you again. So now it's time for us to take our offering, to acknowledge that our center participates in this practice of or it's actually a principle of the law of circulation, which means that we create a dynamic flow And everything that we put out goes to Spirit, and everything that comes back comes from Spirit. It's this dynamic movement of life. It's energy, it's money, it's every aspect of our lives. And we take that into this giving to support this center so that we can pay the bills and do the things that we need to do to keep this operational. At the same time, we're doing something more powerful than that. We're committing ourselves to a more clear and powerful trip through life by being in that flow, which is where things happen. So those of you that are part of our Prosperous Life program, thank you for your support in that way. If you are, then you're probably going to take a card and put it in the basket, and we're going to honor you and know that your giving supports this center in a great way. And keep in mind, and I'm probably going to say this every week, October 25th will be the evening of our TPL, the Prosperous Life Banquet, where we're coming together in a big way to have a lovely night of honoring and celebrating all that we are able to do because of you. So that being so, I hope they're showing, yes, they've shown the names of the TPL members. We're working on keeping that as valid as we can. And what's up on the screen right now is a code that will allow you, if you put your camera and your phone up to it, will take you to a place where you can donate to the center right here and right now. And I hope that you do. And I hope you folks online do as well, because our support comes from everywhere, and it comes from one source, and that's God. So knowing that that's so, we'll move into song and into our giving.
There was a time in my life I thought I had to do it all for myself. Didn't know the grace of God was sufficient. Didn't know the love of God was at hand. So you are discouraged. It's just to make it through another day. You've got to let this is what to say.
I've been this and I let go. Let us be. My spirit, it's not in on God. Come on. And I let go. Let the spirit run my life. And my heart is open wide. Yes, I'm open for God. Oh, I need to see the light. It's not open for God.
Very nice. Thank you, sir. I always love to do this. I want to put a blessing on this. I want to recognize the divinity of this, the perfection of this, by telling you that these envelopes, these checks, this cash, all goes and gets counted, put in the bank, pays the bills. But there's something else going on here. There's an energy to this that is about you. Your support for this center doesn't go away. It stays here, in this room, in this place, touching the hearts of lives and lives of everyone that comes through that door and everyone that watches us online. This space, this place, is rich with you. Thank you for that. God bless you, and so it is. Yay, thank you. So we have ministers and practitioners in the room that are now going to come up on the stage and make themselves available to you for spiritual mind treatment, affirmative prayer, whatever you want to call it. So if you have something going on in your life, they are here for you, to know the truth of you, to know past your delusions and mine. And with that, they bring a lot of love. They are just so open and loving. And I just want to say to you how much I love you and appreciate you and see greatness in you. Now, if they all get busy quick and you still want to do some prayer work with somebody, there's a table out there right by the entrance to the community room that has a request form you can fill out. And either way you do it, we'll get you taken care of because we can know the truth. That's our work. So come see one of these good people. We good? Then let's sing. All right.
Let's stand up. This is my wish. This is my wish. I wish for the world. Peace will find its way. Every boy and girl. This is the time. Time for song. Everybody sing. So, so a voice that will be song. Song. Shine, shine, shine. It's on. It's on. It's on. On the way. So stay there. It's on. It's on. You're not. It's on. It's on. Let every voice be heard. It's on. Yeah. Happy Sunday.